Yo, Hideyuki here, the Rebelling Rose, the one chain to oblivion, returning yet again with another excellent video. Today we're going to be going over my top 10 black metal albums that you should check out. So we're going to include albums from bands that you probably know already, or bands that you might have, not really paid that much attention to, might be a little more on the underground scene, on the down low and what have you. So with that being said, let's get straight into this. First up on the list, we have Divine X by Seth. Boy, oh boy, this album, whoo, my God, man. I mean, this is a awesome black metal album. I'm meaning, wow. There's a lot of good thrash in here mixed with the black metal style. And yeah, it's just incredible. This is a French black metal band to boot. Very, very underrated, man. I mean, Seth has tons of great albums, but Divine X is definitely up there. Would definitely recommend this. It's not that long. It only has, 9 tracks on it, so it's a pretty short listen, but packs a lot of punch. Awesome artwork, of course, and yeah, just greatness. Next up on the list, we have Strangling from Within by Peccatum. So the interesting thing about this band is it's a spin-off or a side project of Emperor. And yeah, this is going into the neoclassical symphonic black metal route, but mostly neoclassical, avant-garde and what have you. And man, I was blown away. Usually I'm not, super deep into this part of black metal, but shockingly, I was surprised. I was like, okay, no, y'all got it. We were turning the hell up. I mean, the music was beautiful. Great vocal work here. The neoclassical style actually blends well with what they're doing. And it just made for a great experience. I just had a wonderful time. And I can easily recommend this for any other fans out there. Next up on the list, we have Dance and Laugh Amongst the Rotten by Karak Agren. Man, Agren and them are just really, really up there. And I guess they're considered mainstream kind of ish because, they've were popular for a small time when they debuted or whatever. But, to me, that doesn't really matter. If the music turns up, if the music shows what you have, who gives a fuck, if it's mainstream or not? And see, that's the thing that a lot of these fans don't understand. Just because you're mainstream doesn't mean that you can't, come out with some fucking heat. And this is very much the case with this album. Awesome cover work here, tons of great songs on here. Stuff like Charlie and what have you, man. Just an awesome experience. This is symphonic black metal at its best. But yeah, they have really nailed down the style of symphonic black metal. So if you're looking for a band that has more clear vocals or what have you within black metal, then this band has definitely got you covered. Definitely a more easier entry level kind of band, I guess, but nonetheless, they still bringing the greatness. Oh man, I almost even forgot. Blood Queen is also another awesome song on this album. But yeah, awesome stuff. Next up on the list, we have Midian by Cradle of Filth. Yeah, I know what you're thinking about this one. It's like, oh, what the fuck? Yoki, Cradle of Filth? But they're a poser band, man. Oh, but that band's poser. How can you recommend Cradle of Filth? Listen here, Cradle of Filth has been disrespected for long enough. They've always been the black sheep in the black metal community, no pun intended. And the reason for that is they just had so much backing behind them. They had really good studio production. They were constantly touring. And, they just have of a huge presence within the metal scene. So a lot of people dislike their presence. It's like, oh, it's not true black metal. But think about it. True black metal, especially bands like Mayhem, they sound like shit. Let's just be honest. Let's be 100% real. Not all true Norwegian black metal is the best thing ever. Let's be 100% here. Is nowhere even close. And a lot of people like to complain about the vocalists and stuff. I'm like, you can't complain about Cradle of Filth when 99% of black metal musicians also sound horrible. But anyways, back to the album, right? Midian was a concept album. They also brought in, Doug Bradley, the actor for Pinhead, right, from Hellraiser, and it's just a wonderful experience. If there's one thing I can really appreciate about this album is that it gives you that great, theatrical experience. It gives you that great, you know, performative experience just by listening to it. It's just an amazing album altogether. I don't really see this one talked about as much within the community. We talk about other Cradle stuff, but this is the one I feel like kind of is talked about, but it kind of overlooked. But yeah, definitely a strong album to boot, and I would easily recommend this, no problem. Next up on the list, we have Plague Angel by Marduk. Boy, oh boy, this is easily one of my all-time favorite black metal bands. These guys, whoo! They don't let up, man. Marduk does not let up, and Plague Angel is a beautiful example of that. You got stuff like Azrael, Throne of Rats, and so on and so forth. So many great black metal songs infused with thrash, and that's what really made this album stand out. I love, black thrash, and this album really hits those spots, and yeah, absolute greatness. Next up on the list, we have Scorn Defeat by Psy. Psy is another Japanese metal band that takes a lot of its, sound and what have you from, Venom and other heavy metal bands that were touring Japan at that time. So they pretty much have a borrowed, inspired style from them, but still able to do their own with it. Now, this is before Psy started doing all the experimental stuff. This is when they were still, pure black metal. But it's still a solid album to boot. I like the album cover here. Music is working, very, very eerie, very creepy album, but works in all ways. Next up on the list, we have Blazing Inferno by Yoff Iria. This is another side project band. And originally, I wasn't sure what to think of them because I was like, they sound okay. But when I got to the rest of the album, I was like, oh, wait a minute, now we doing something good here. This is more great symphonic black metal, mixed with a little bit of folk, here and there. You have some strides of folk metal just kind of like squeezed in there. And for a recent album, it sounds great. It sounds great all around, and a easy recommendation from me. Next up on the list, we have Nexus Polaris by The Covenant. This is a very interesting one for me because this band, constantly changed its name. It went from doing pure black metal to doing industrial metal. So very, very interesting history with this band. And I like their industrial stuff as well. But Nexus Polaris was definitely a cool album. Just very ghastly, very ghostly, and yeah, just a lot of fun. A great album, to say the least. And yeah. Next up on the list, we have Disembody by Sabbath. Sabbath is probably the most talked about Japanese black metal band over there, other than Psy. And Sabbath has really proven itself time and time again. And you could definitely hear the Venom influence. Anyone that hasn't listened to Sabbath, but you love Venom, Sabbath is definitely for you. They have that Venom sound, but they have their own little twist on it. So it works very well here. It's not just randomly thrown together and doesn't make sense. No, it works beautifully. And yeah, just a great album. Next up on the list, we have Horned Lords of the Thorn Castle by Moonlight Sorcery. This is another fresh new band, and this album just recently came out just a few years ago. And I was shocked. I was like, God damn it. Another black metal band that has the little bits of thrash in there, and it just works beautifully. Man, oh man, just an amazing album all around. Every track was hitting the right notes. And yeah, it was great. Artwork is also spectacular. Wow, this is exactly what I'm looking for with black metal. And there you have it. Those are my top 10 black metal albums to check out. Boy, oh boy, just so many awesome bands, so many awesome albums on this list. And yeah, it's just an incredible, gateway into black metal. Or for those of you that are just looking for some new stuff or certain albums that might have slipped under your radar and you have an interest, and this list has definitely got you covered. And yeah, just let me know in the comments if you heard any of these albums before, if you have any thoughts on them. Or if you have any other suggestions that you want to share with anybody else, turn up in the comments, say what you guys say, and yeah, we'll check that out. But anyways, with that being said, Hideyuki here, the Rebellion Rose, and until next time, I'll see you.